Let me ask you something. You have developed a model in Azure AI Foundry. Everything looks great in the portal. But now comes the real question. How do you actually use this model inside a real application? How do you connect it? How do you send the prompts? How do you get responses in your code? That is where the Microsoft Foundry SDK comes in, and that's exactly what we will understand in this video. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is video number 4 in our AI-102 Azure AI Engineer Associate series. In the previous video, we talked about planning and preparing AI solutions on Azure. Today, we move one step forward, building an AI application using the Microsoft Foundry SDK. Before we touch any SDK or code, let's understand the big picture. Microsoft Foundry is where you manage your AI projects, models, and resources. And this is exactly what we learned in our previous videos. The Foundry SDK is what allows your application to talk to that project. In simple words, Foundry Portal is where you configure things such as AI projects, models, and resources. Foundry SDK, on the other hand, is how your application uses those things. And this concept is very important for the AI-102 exam. So what exactly is the Microsoft Foundry SDK? Think of it as a developer-friendly library that gives your application access to the models, access to the tools, access to connections, all inside a Foundry project. Instead of calling multiple APIs separately, the SDK gives you one consistent way to build AI applications. And yes, it works with Python, C#, and JavaScript, which is great for real-world projects. Now let's talk about something the exam really likes, that is connections. A connection is basically a link between your Foundry project and something else. For example, a deployed language model, a data source, an external service. Using the Foundry SDK, your application can list connections, can use them, or can switch between the connections. This makes your AI application flexible and scalable instead of hard-coded. One of the most common things you will build using the Foundry SDK is a chat application. The process is usually like this. Connect to your Foundry project, initialize a chat client, send user messages, receive AI-generated responses. This pattern appears everywhere. Customer support bots, internal tools, copilots, you name it. And yes, Microsoft absolutely expects you to understand this flow for AI-102 examination. Let's simplify the development flow. Step 1. Create or use an existing Azure AI Foundry project. And how to do that we have learned in the previous videos. Step 2. Get the project endpoints and credentials which is available in the Foundry project. Step 3. Initialize the Foundry SDK client in your code. And step 4. Use connections and chat clients to build AI features. Once you understand this flow, the SDK becomes very easy to understand and use. Now here is the exam angle. AI-102 doesn't test whether you can memorize SDK syntax. No, absolutely not. It tests whether you can understand how applications connect to the Foundry, how models are consumed in your code, and how AI solutions are structured end to end. If you understand the role of the Foundry SDK, you will easily eliminate wrong options in many exam questions. So to summarize, Foundry Portal is where you configure AI. Foundry SDK is how your application uses that AI. In the next video, we will have a lab session which is to create a generative AI chat app. In this lab session, we will use the Microsoft Foundry SDK to connect to a project in the Foundry and create an application that chats with a generative AI model. If this video helped you understand Microsoft Foundry SDK, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who is preparing for AI-102 exam. Let's keep building step by step the right way.